If you somehow follow me on Letterboxd, then you'd know I love horror. So when I found out that a friend of mine had this movie on their favorites, and I had absolutely zero idea what it was, I also saw that one of the most followed people on the app gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. So I was shocked. I'd never heard of this before. So I decided to check it out, and I thought it was alright. I really didn't care that much about the movie. I originally saw it on a trip in a hotel in color. However, on this new rewatch, I watched it in the way it was originally intended, on a big screen in black and white. And I noticed a lot more than I ever realized. If you are new to the movie like I was, Carnival of Souls is about a woman named Mary Henry who ends up the sole survivor of a fatal car accident through mysterious circumstances. Trying to put the incident behind her, she moves to Utah and takes a job as a church organist. But her fresh start is interrupted by visions of a fiendish man. As the visions begin to occur more frequently, Mary finds herself drawn to the deserted carnival on the outskirts of town. Now, if you've seen the movie, you might have a lot of questions and not fully understand, like how I was when I first saw it. However, I've come up with numerous theories on what I think the movie is really about and what really happens in it. But I've come down to my final conclusion on what I think happens. So, because Mary and her friends were reckless and ended up wasting her life away, she is given a chance to live among the lives of the souls who are rewarded by continuing life in this world that's parallel to ours. However, shortly after she is given this new lease on life, we see her start to act reckless, just like how her friends were in the beginning. Examples are how she's rude to people.
Be very satisfying to you, I think.
It's just a job to me.
Well, it's not quite the attitude for going into church work. Are you driving by Benton to see your folks?
No, I can't. I must hurry. I've got to leave. I'm going to drive straight through.
Mary, it takes more than intellect to be a musician. Put your soul into it a little, okay? Good luck, Mary. Stop by and see us the next time you're in.
Thank you, but I'm never coming back.
Putting herself in danger.
This used to be quite a place. It's been deserted for a long time now.
Will you take me in?
My goodness, no. It isn't safe out there anymore. That's why they put up this barrier.
It'd be very easy to step around it.
What attraction could there be for you out there?
I'm not sure. I'm a reasonable person. I don't know. Maybe I want to satisfy myself that the place is nothing more than it appears to be. Would you take me out there?
No. The law has placed it off limits. Wouldn't be very seemly for a minister to break the law, would it?
No. Maybe I can come back some other time.
And the breaking point being when she's putting her neighbor's life in danger just so she could stay safe.
Hey, what's the matter with you? What's going on around here? What's the matter with you?
That man's after me. You gotta stop him. He's after me again.
I'm getting out.
Now you have to go.
Not me, sister. That's just what I need. Get mixed up with some girl who's off her rocker.
I don't want to be left alone.
Another factor on her neighbor. He is someone who is a playboy, so he often manipulates girls for a night of pleasure. And although Mary wants nothing in his acts, she eventually manipulates him for her own gain, just like how he does to others. The after effect of this breaking point is that she is chased and dragged down to hell. We can infer this by her friends and the other drag racers being soulless bodies that look tormented, who have already been punished for their actions, as Mary even starts to see herself in that state as well. After this, the whole carnival of souls chase after her until she has nowhere to go. Then we see the people of the town, aka the souls of the town, find her footsteps and handprint in the ground and state that it just stops. They look at each other like they know what happened, which would make sense because again, they are the souls of this afterlife. This has probably happened before. This ties into my next point. The hints we get of this whole theory. We already have hints, like events in the movie and how they affect each other, but we also have small hints. An example is how we know Mary is still alive while everyone else is dead. Every once in a while, there is this watery ripple effect. Then she can no longer hear or interact with people. That effect is literally water invading Mary's body. She's actively drowning while this is all going on. However, everyone else is already dead, so their bodies and souls are not affected. Now for the final part of this theory. The man. The man is played by the director, Rick Harvey. This helps my theory on who the man is. I believe he is Death himself. He is constantly watching her actions to see if she is as reckless as her friends were. Ultimately, she proves right in that, and Death has the final say on what happens to her. Just like how the director can control what happens to the characters. So, what is the purpose of this film? What was this all for? Well, Rick Harvey was a director for educational films, and most people don't know why he even dared to take the time and effort to make an indie horror film, especially when you consider at the time, or even after this, there would be films like Evil Dead, which are completely different from this. However, I think this is just another one of his educational films. I think the purpose is to show that we don't know what's on the other side of life after death. It could be a haven of what we'd like to do, maybe a version of the life we want to live. Maybe it's a slow descent into hell and madness of our own cause. So live life well, and don't make choices that will end up destroying you, because we don't know what lies after this.